Hey everyone, so in this video I'm going to be talking about a children's television show that is still on. This is been on since 2004 I think, and they're still making them 6 years on, which is obviously a big achievement for now, because for a television show nowadays to become quite a hit and be on for a long time is a bit of a challenge because of the number of television shows and channels we have getting churned out every day. So this is Big Cook Little Cook, which is on CBeebies, and I remember watching this for the first time a couple of years ago. It might have been about 2005 I watched it, and I was mesmerised at just how fun this show was. In terms of cookery shows for children, there's not that many. There are shows such as maybe like in Balamory they might teach them how to cook, or in the Teletubbies they will teach them how to cook during the telly time. But there are very few shows that are targeted just for cooking for children. Most of them are really make and do artsy stuff. So to have Big Cook Little Cook just targeting the food sector and showing them healthy foods and also how to manage unhealthy foods as well is really good. So the show is literally about a big cook and a little cook, and it's set in just basically like a studio, kind of like your Ready Steady Cook studio where you've got the table, the counter, the cooker, but it's obviously very fun. The colours are bright, everything's all wacky and fun and entertaining, and it's actually a cafe. There is a window, and at the start of each episode something comes through the window. It's an order from somebody. So say it's from a giant or a fairy or some type of fairy tale character, and then Big Cook Ben and Little Cook Small have to try and think of something to cook for this person that fits in. So if it's Rapunzel, they might cook her a big tall tower, a cake made like a cake in the shape of a tower or something. Or if it's, I don't know, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but if it's a fairy, they might bake her a fairy cake or something that sort of fits in with the character, which I think is lovely. Sometimes it's sweet, sometimes it's savoury. There is such a mix of what they're baking as well, so they don't just sort of say, right, we're going to make cakes for an entire series. It is very mixed up, very, very eccentric. A lot of the things they use, a lot of children might not have heard of. Like they use really weird ingredients, they really describe what they are as well, so if children haven't heard of it, they don't just name it, they do look at it properly and describe it, which is good. And then Little Cook Small takes himself off on his wooden spoon and he goes to somewhere to see how a certain food is made or packaged or something, or if it's a vegetable, they see how it's grown and picked. If it's my favourite one, we went to a fudge factory and you got to see how all these different flavours of fudge was made, which was really exciting stuff. And then they go back and Little Cook Small helps Big Cook Ben make the food. And then it goes in the oven because it's hot, hot, hot. And then they do the clean-up song, which is wash, wipe, scrub and clean, make the kitchen sparkle and gleam, which is my favourite song ever. And by the time they've washed up, the oven pings, it's time to see the finished product, which I think might be the most exciting part for kids, because they get to see, it's really exciting when you get to see something that you've watched be developed and turn into something amazing. So I think for kids that might be the really most exciting part. You'll know yourself if you've got kids or you have younger brothers and sisters, they have a weird fascination of watching. Like if you've got cakes in the oven, they like to watch it rise through the glass door and things. So I think that's really exciting as well. Obviously Little Cook Small isn't actually that small. He's huge in real life. Ben and Small are played by Stephen Marsh and Dan Wright. But Little Cook Small is sort of made smaller, and Big Cook Ben is normal size. So it is such a fun show. It's very educational, very informative, very entertaining. The songs break it up, because obviously with like say Art Attack or Mr. Maker, there isn't really songs in it, so the songs just add to it and give it a little bit more volume and make it a bit more exciting for them. Colours, as I said, are bright. The products always vary. It means the kids can go home and say, Mom, can we make this, can we make this, can we do this? So for parents, especially parents with no cooking skills, it might be a bit of a nightmare. But for the kids, it ticks all the right boxes. Brilliant show, absolutely worth watching even if you're not a child. Just to see the magic that it gives off, it is brilliant. That's all I wanted to say about this. I just wanted to say, Big Cook Little Cook, fantastic. Please feel free to leave comments and things and let me know your thoughts, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.